Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family, as always, just thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me each and every day. It's truly, truly a blessing. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification symbol so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you just tell me about your empath to give how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting or informative that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times at the moment and needing spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation, validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. While you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And thank you for the support. I'm listening to the same music from Jason Stevenson's channel. It's called Positive Aura Cleanse Chakra Healing. So Figo frequency, I think that's what it is, 432 hertz. I had something pulled up and I'm trying to make sure I lose my space. The video I'm doing today is very uncomfortable. When the universe pushes me to do it, god dog it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, have you ever experienced empath seizures? The medication, I said medicational term, medical term. Medical term is called emotional cognitive empathy in patients with non-epileptic seizures. It's just like I've had this situation that has taken place with me. Like I've been having like intense migraines to the point where they would make me sick, literally, or I have to sit down. And a lot of times, it made me think when I went through this moment, probably that's what triggered it, because it was just like when I was like probably about 7, it's either around 7 or 9, I can't really remember. That all started off where I started having those migraines really bad is when I was at my aunt's house. We went to go visit in South Carolina. I think it was North Carolina, South Carolina. And my cousin, she was just like bad as all hell, swinging a 2x4 with rusty nails in it. And then my aunt come on telling her, hey, you need to put that down before you end up hurting somebody. And my mom's ex-husband kept on telling her the same thing, because there was a whole bunch of kids outside playing. It was like around the 4th of July. So we're all outside playing hide and go seek, and it just so happened she swung the mess out of that thing, and it had like 4 or 5 rusty nails sticking out of it, and it caught me in the side of my temple, and it terrified my mom. My mom thought I was dead, but thank God I wasn't. It kind of like knocked me out, but I had holes right there. I can still feel like my skull's kind of cracked on the side somewhere. That I knew, from them, I knew they effed up. And my life has been like that since whenever. But they were asking me about different questions. Have I had any head injuries? Because when it came to that point, it was like I was at work. It's like 2 or 3 days before that I started really blacking out, and I could talk to somebody, and then I'm just like, it was like having many seizures, and I didn't really understand that I was having these situations, these episodes of winding up to having these seizures. And then I was at work, and we had like a really bad thunderstorm. I was living in Missouri at the time, near an Army base. So it was like we were prone to always having, tornadoes all the time. It wasn't tornadoes, it was storms. And it was bad, because it was like, Mother Earth throwing haymakers of hail balls like about this big, busting everything open. This is like summertime, so it was just like really weird. But where I was working at on a military installation is where the captains and all the different people from all parts of the world come there for training for whatever they need to on their MOS, whatever they're in for the military. So it was, when I'm an inspector, I had to make sure everybody was out their room, and they went to the desk, the place where we have to go for when we have those type of storms and stuff like that. you know. And then when I got everybody rounded up, my friend was there. And she was like, Roz, are you okay? And I said, I don't know. She's like, are you still feeling spaced out? Because I would be in her room and we would sit up here and be talking and I would space out on her. And I said, I don't know. It's been like this. It keeps intensifying because it's like I can't eat. It makes me feel nauseous. It was like things started messing with my eyes. And this was like my head felt like it was going to explode. And then I just so happened to be working with my mom's friend. And she was like, Roslynn, you don't look good. Because I started getting very pale. And it was like, it was like cotton mouth, and then my hands started sweating and stuff like that. And next, I blacked out for a minute, and I got up, and everybody was around me, and they were screaming, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And it was just like, "What happened? I don't know what happened." And it's like anybody who's had a seizure, it's like my body contorted, and the way it contorted, people were like, "Roslynn, you look like old girl from Reagan from The Exorcist. The way your body bent like that." They were saying my back of my foot was touching the back of my head almost. And I woke up, all these bruises and, rug burns was going on. So they had to send an ambulance, to take me to the hospital. But they sent me to one that was not on base, but it was like a holistic doctor. He was one of those different doctors you don't find just at any hospital. It was like he was from the West, I think it was West Indian. I think that's what it is. And he was doing all these different tests. I had to go do a whole bunch of MRIs, do these CTs, C scans, whatever those things are, sleep therapy, doing all these, acupuncture. So I was just like, God, dog, I'm walking in here worse than before I even had what I've got going on now. Put my body through all this trauma. And it was scaring me because when I got the test of the CT scan, and went there, it was like a black mass that was like right here. And it really, he didn't know what to do. It was making him very nervous because this is the first time he had run this series of tests and couldn't find what was going on. He couldn't hide the answer for it, and he was going through different colleagues and stuff like that. And they're like, man, we don't know. And a lot of times when things take a deep turn for when it comes to empaths, it is a lot of times it has something to do more with spiritual that doctors can't trace. There's a lot of people I know that were like, I know friends, it's like since they have awakened, bless you, went through an awakening stage, they start having these massive headaches. And it's just like, if they're not coming, into their emotions, or it could be the frequency of other people's emotions while yours is going through a huge transition, it can set off these, these cognitive non-epileptic seizures. You're going through these different things. It's like a transit is doing a huge transition on that. And whoever is going through those things, it's like it's supposed to be opening up something. Just go, you're going through that huge transformation. And a lot of times when you are going to any doctor, a lot of them can't find it. There's so many people I've talked to that had these situations take place, and they pretty much had the same situation as me. They were like, we don't know what's going on with you. We're going to put you on a sleep study. We got you all doing these different tests and stuff like that. We really can't understand what's wrong with you. But it's like a different situation because then people with epilepsy, they are constantly going through those things. It can last you for your lifetime, or a lot of time it doesn't, it doesn't last that long. But a lot of times people feel like this is not real seizures if they are, if they leave or whatever because of the consistency. My dad had his when he was like 5 years old. And I started finding out more different things about stuff that was going on with me when it came to, my mind and stuff like that. I was going through very bad, situations, not able to give accountability for the emotions that I was having because I was dealing with so many different things. And those can, like, when it's like contradicting, different stuff like that, it can settle from different non-epileptic seizures. Sometimes they can last for a long period of time. Thank God mine didn't last that long. Mine went on for like probably, I think it was like 4 to 5, 6 months, because the medicine they had me on is like on this red pill, and it was just like everything tasted like dirt. I was dropping weight like crazy. The other medicine they were having for me for it to be able to pull back on the seizures that I was having, I couldn't really articulate anything. If you ask me something very simple, I will burst out into tears and like, Roslynn, what is wrong with you? He was like, I can't answer. I don't, and it's just like me just saying, how was your day? It would not come out. It felt difficult just to be able to say that. And I told my doctor, I can't take this medicine. I have my kids, I don't want something to happen to them while I'm on this medication, because they were very young when all this stuff took off. They didn't know, they was like, well, you need to find your, situation about your genetics. And I was like, well, I don't know my biological family. So I really don't know what all these different things going on. But they only last for that long. It was like a short period of time. And then I started finding out more about my family. And then come to find out my dad has the same situation. I get very, very, very traumatized at times, especially if somebody's like flashing the camera and stuff like that. And I say, I can't deal with that. Or, I cover my eyes up and I get very nervous around, flashing lights like that. Or, even my daughter, I'm like, she comes in here, she got her text message on. And a lot of these phones, especially if you got them iPhones, they start having them flash notifications like, hey, why you in here? That got to go off. You already know, and then she was just like, okay, Mom, you okay? And it's like, I no longer have those seizures anymore, but it's like you still get the silent ones. And a lot of times the silent ones consist of, you just spacing out. And those are mini seizures. So where you're just like, oh, here I am. It'll be like a moment like that. But it was just, me seeing, it was somebody that I was watching on here. I think her name is Amy. And I really commended her because you're allowing people to see the things that you suffer through on a daily basis of having seizures. And I didn't really get a chance to, watch the different videos she had because it was so hard for me seeing her going through that, because though, I can relate to that. And that, it already made me feel uncomfortable just talking about this right now. But, universe says, allow yourself to be open like that. You never know, somebody could be going through this and really trying to understand what is taking place in their life. And it's just a blessing. It's very uncomfortable just speak on, but, you never know what person, like I said, it didn't happen, it didn't happen in a long period of time. And that was just truly a blessing. I know I've gone, different sites where these people, and I pray for them as well, they have them consistently. And, there's a lot of people that go through different holistic, daughter had them very bad. No, they had to move to a different state for her to be able to get that for her daughter, because one of her friends like recommend this. It's like her daughter, I think, was having between 15 and 20 a day. Sometimes it was worse than that. And it was just like, when you have a baby and you're dealing with that, I know that has to be a lot for a parent to have to go through. It was just a lot for me because I would get really scared, especially if I had them in front of my kids. So I'm just glad that it is over. I'm really glad that it's over. But if you had talking about it, it's like, you need to speak that. You're not able to expect the unexpected. If you go to a doctor and all the things within the medical, to find it. There's a lot of things that has to do with spiritual intent transition. It's like a notification of things that can go very heavy within you, so you can be, everything can come in when it's supposed to, take for some blessing. I no longer have those anymore. So I hope this was able to give you some kind of insight of a view of the cognitive non-epileptic seizures. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I would love to hear your experience or views. If you either knew, if you did, my love and blessings to you, because you already know. Ooh, geez, that's a lot. So but anyways, or whatever, about your spiritual transition, or you just want to share something that you don't feel actually comfortable on speaking here, it would be truly appreciated. I always make sure I leave my email and stuff like that for people to, I call it Empath 101, just to be able to try to give you a deeper understanding about certain things. On my next video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, tell somebody about the channel, and I'll see y'all on my next video. Much love.